Malaysians ready? What stops Malaysians from digitalizing their businesses? What are the pros and cons of online business? These are the questions that we are going to uncover in this forum. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention? The discussion is about to begin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good day I bid to our respected Miss Sarah and dear friends. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to this forum called Ready or Not Online Business as the New Norm. On this occasion, we would like to have a discussion and a sharing session with our honorable panelists, where we will be discussing the readiness of Malaysians to fully adjust with the new norm in our country, which is online business. But what exactly is online business? Online business is the selling of goods or services on the internet, and it encompasses a wide variety of data, systems, and tools for online buyers and sellers, including mobile shopping and online payment encryption. The history of e-commerce started over 40 years ago when the introduction of early technology like EDI and teleshopping in 1970s paved the way. The history of e-commerce is closely intertwined with the history of the internet. Online shopping became possible when the internet was open to the public in 1991. Malaysia's tries with e-commerce started in 2004 with the launch of eBay Malaysia. This was followed by lelong.com.my in 2007. Malaysia's e-commerce value increased 39% in 2019 alone due to the, you guessed it, pandemic. Before diving deeper into the topic, allow me to introduce you all to our panelists. First, we have Dr. Sim, the lecturer of business and management in UKM. Beside him, we have a young, hardworking lady who is a cafe owner, Miss Siti Nursofea Adriana. Next, I welcome Madam Ainul Atiq, the Chief Executive Officer of SME Corporation Malaysia. And last but not least, we have Mr. Muhammad Syahmi, E-Commerce Chief of Lazada ASEAN. Thank you for your willingness to come here and share your say with us today. Without further ado, I would like to welcome our panelists to state their opinions about online business, starting from Dr. Sim. Please welcome.
Thank you so much, Ms. Azra, and greeting to other panelists. So my opinions regarding the online business as an expert or the lecturer of business and management, the online business is a new trend and it grows rapidly in Malaysia. And as we know, most of the businessmen in Malaysia nowadays are transforming their traditional business towards online. Besides that, the COVID-19 pandemic, which brings a huge impact to a country, however, surprisingly become blessing in disguise as it speed up the evolution progress. So most of the SMEs, and in long form is small and medium-sized enterprise, are forced or encouraged to digitalize their business during the lockdown situations in order to survive. So by looking at this scenario, it can be an obvious proof that Malaysia are ready to embrace a new digitalized as Malaysians are capable and are able to shift their business from traditional business operations to and latest online business operations during the pandemic and before the pandemic as well. So in short, my opinions will be the online business is a new trend and also brings a lot of advantages if compared to a traditional business model. So I'm thinking, yes, according to my opinion also, the online business is going to replace most of the traditional business in Malaysia in the future. Okay, so that's all for my opinions regarding online business. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sim. And Miss Sophia, what about you?
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank Miss Azra for inviting me to deliver some beneficial information on this forum today. A very good morning also to Miss Sarah, panels, and my respected audience. From my point of view as a cafe owner and one of the SME owners, I believe and agree with the idea of SMEs embracing offline to online transformation in the food and beverage sector. Digitalization is no longer a consideration. It is actually a necessity for the F&B sector, especially since the pandemic. However, like Dr. Sim said just now, this pandemic has clearly left many SMEs in a very difficult situation, with some even forced to close. I think all businesses that have been slow in responding to this trend change need to catch up. In this era of digitalization, most sellers actually already realize that they can no longer fully depend on offline business only. And for this reason, I do believe that Malaysia is already ready to adopt digitalization in the world of business.
Okay, I'll take that. Thank you, Miss Sophia. And Madam Ainul Atiq, what's your say?
We are of one mind. Before that, thank you, Miss Azra. A very good day also to panels and audience. In my opinion, online business is 100% similar to offline business, but a lot of people forget the fact that the only major differences is that it's transacted online. But this doesn't make it less than or easier than the offline business. So, even though both online and offline businesses use different methods to achieve all these things, there is no dispute that both businesses type are just normal business. However, online businesses are more flexible and hassle-free than the typical brick and mortar businesses. But still, people will succeed online if they take the appropriate step, keep accurate track of it, and be consistent to maintain the business. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Ainul. And lastly, Mr. Syahmi, please welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Azra, as our moderator, for letting me be part of this intellectual discussion, and greeting to all panelists also. I feel that in this time of pandemic, we have to increase this kind of discussion because people need to know what they can do in terms of rejuvenating the business field into new norms. I fully agree that Malaysia are ready to embark into the online business platform, looking at how the Southeast Asian region is doing. We can see that it's currently one of the giant markets for the e-commerce industry in 2020. Malaysia alone was listed as the top e-commerce market in Asia with the approximate 47.04 billion gross merchandise value. But rationally speaking, we have to admit that we cannot fully adopt to the online business because the future of business is both online and offline. Market ecosystem could be competitive and crowded. So both approach are relevant and needed, but the future still highlights the online approach. Looking at this middle ground approach will put me on agreeing for both sides. So I think that's for my early opinion. Thank you, Ms. Azra.
Thank you so much, panelists, for the interesting insights. Now we are moving on to our next segment of today's forum, which is Ready or Not with Dr. Sim. Doctor, could you please explain what exactly is online business or e-commerce, and what are the proofs stating that Malaysians are really ready to fully digitalize their business system? Dr. Sim, please welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Ezra. So, some of you might wonder that does it make any differences between commerce and e-commerce? Well, e-commerce is a new trend of business system which is about the buying and selling products or service via the internet and the transfer of money and data to complete the sales. Online business is also known as electronic commerce or internet commerce. So the online business we are most familiar with, will be the retail, dropshipping, and digital products, like the subscriptions, consultations, coachings, and crowdfunding as well. So for your information, online business does bring advantages to our trading process, undoubtedly. First of all, it overcomes geographical limitations, which brings huge convenience to buyer and seller while they having a trading without leaving their home. Secondly, gain new customers. Entrepreneurs or SMEs with their business online will have received more customers from different places with search engine visibility. Thirdly, online business provide personalizations and customer experience. Entrepreneurs or SMEs with their own website pages are able to create and rich user profiles which allows them to personalize products and give suggestions for other products that might find interesting. And lastly, online business does cut out most of the expenses for the entrepreneurs and SMEs. For example, they can advertise the products in their social media or website page, which is cost effective, and the billing, payment process, and the checkouts, and also the inventory management fee can be cut down also. So looking at these advantages, there are some proofs that I would like to present about the Malaysian is ready to embracing the new digitalizations of business model. For example, according to the data in Statistics of Malaysia 2020, the gross value added of e-commerce registered an increase 127 billions in 2020 and 2019, and with growth with 8.4% if compared to 117.2 billions in the previous year. So aside from that, the e-commerce market in Malaysia has been accelerated by the pandemics and show a positive effect in these 2 years. So according to the data, global data e-commerce analytics, it is shown that the e-commerce market in Malaysia is increasing up to 13.2.1 million in 2020 and estimate to be increased up to 51.6% in 2024. So if you ask me whether Malaysia is ready or not for the online business, I should say yes, because as an expert in business and management field, I have foreseen that Malaysia is ready to embrace a new digitalization business model. I can see that the Malaysians who are capable or are trying to transform or shift their business from traditional traditional mode to a latest online business mode. So that's all from me, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful sharing. Now we are going to welcome Miss Sophia for our next session, which is off versus on. Maybe you can share the difference between traditional and online businesses from the perspective of an SME owner. The stage is yours.
Thank you, Miss Azra. And for me, there are so many huge differences between offline and online business that I would like to share with all of you. The first contrast between them is their accessibility, which is online business have wider accessibility than offline business. Everyone knows that online business operate 24/7 including holidays, and customer can complete their transaction in only a few minutes. It also means that online business have a bigger chance to expand their customer base by offering a huge advantage to both shoppers and stores that are not located in major urban areas, thus giving them wider reach to customer. On the other hand, offline business accessibility and reach are only available to a customer who is willing to travel to the store, but they can only visit during designated business hours. Besides, the other difference between offline and online business is their operating costs. Most offline business must pay high cost for premises, utilities, product maintenance, and even parking. Meanwhile, online business are location independent. Sellers do not necessarily need to maintain physical inventory. With comprehensive sales and product information online sellers will simply receive purchase order and payments via email or into their database. Staff numbers can be reduced along with office space and related store expenses. In general, an online business is a lot less expensive in terms of input cost, which means there is potential for a higher return on investment in the long term. Consequently, the other difference between offline and online business is their customers' trust. Offline sellers do not really have to worry about losing customers due to lack of trust because people tend to trust a physical store more than an online store. Offline buyers can actually see the product in real life, touch them, and try them out. This can be especially valuable to customer shopping for a specialized product, as they may want to consult an expert about the best product for their needs. But that is not the case for online store products. Most of them will put an emphasis on their customer support and return policy to help ensure to customers that they want to genuinely give them the best shopping experience possible. In addition, online business should leverage their website to show reliability by providing user ratings, review, and testimonials from other customers. And based on my 8-year experience as a cafe owner, I have handled my business fully offline for 5 years from 2014 to 2018, and honestly, my business have been very mediocre for me at that time. Then, most Malaysians lead a digital life starting from 2018. Almost everyone owns a smartphone, so why keep my business limited to the customer who can visit my cafe only? I took some excellent pictures of all the dishes in my cafe and joined hands with food delivery business like GrabFood and Foodpanda that rose at that time, following the vast growth of technology and digitalization. This way, I can fulfill the food cravings of thousands of people without even moving out of my cafe. 3 years of mixed offline online food business is truly one of the best way to grow my business exponentially. Bringing the digital dynamic shift in the food business, Most consumers now expect restaurants and cafes to be able to deliver food to their homes of office. If sellers do not participate in the online food delivery business, there are higher chance of losing customers. Business need to live up to the expectation of their customers, and having their business online in one such expectation. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Thank you. I agree with you. Totally agree. But in life, within the good things, there must be some bad things too, right? So that's why I would like to welcome our CEO, Madam Ainul, to share some problems and risks that the entrepreneurs face while doing business online in the segment of Pickles of Digitalization. Please welcome.
Thank you again, Ms. Azra. From my perspective, as for SMEs corporation, as the COVID-19 spreads throughout the world, it will undoubtedly have an influence on the B2B industry. So as a result of the announcement, there have been many reports in the media about the impact of PKP on a small-scale business that are starting to lose their source of income daily. So back to the question, some inconvenience or pickles of digitalization for the business owner also happen to run the business. First, is online business requires technical understandings. This varies as people can always hire someone to do the work that is necessary, but it may be inconvenient to start an online business if they are not very tech savvy or do not understand how search engine works or do not have an understanding of consumer behavior with regard to the internet. Second, online business is potentially endless hours. While a brick and mortar can close its door and prevent potential customers from browsing or raising questions, online stores are usually open 24/7. Though they may not actively process an order, when their offices are closed, the website is always up, and visitors may contact the business at any time. Next is online business is lack of face-to-face interaction. While online interaction have evolved over the years, whether it be advantage or disadvantage. One inconvenience of an online business, the inability to have an in-person conversation with the potential customer. So all information that a visitor gathers is text-based, or if they have videos and photos, it is still limited to what is pre-recorded, and that may be proved that to be inconvenient as we cannot adjust our communication with the customer. And lastly, reliability. So with an online business, anyone can record the screen, take screenshot, or otherwise hold and accountable for every interaction taken, and even it is spelling mistake or misperceived action. So business owners need to be more politically correct sometimes on the internet, and that might be proved to be inconvenient when perhaps they prefer more freedom to be expressive. So from this, we can see digitalization demands a total revamp of how people work and how we deliver services to customers. So this poses a variety of obstacles to overcome in order to maintain a business. But don't worry, once Michael Jordan once said, obstacles don't have to stop you. If you run into a wall, don't turn around and give up. Figure out how to climb it, go through it, or work around it. That's all.
Wow, I love your passion, Madam Ainu. When you talk, I go, wow, what an amazing sharing. But it seems that there are a lot of problems that we must face in order to make online business a reality. So, in the segment of When There's a Way, There's a Will, we will be enlightened with some strategies by the e commerce chief of Lazada ASEAN, Mr. Syahmi. Please welcome.
Again, thank you, Ms. Azra, for letting me be part of this discussion. First, I want to throw some facts. Malaysia is listed as the top mobile user with more than 140% of its citizens using mobile phones. Malaysia has the most extensive internet penetration among all the Southeast Asian countries, 85.7% penetration. So this data is the driving force behind the rapid growth of the migration from the traditional retail business into the online platform that has created a dense and crowded marketplace. But the excitement symptom has actually created some pressure of surviving in the business industry to all the SME and micro SME in Malaysia. Adapting into an online platform with not enough knowledge and training for SMEs will surely create some challenges. In this case, they will have to face relevancy issues to ensure their product services are being purchased in the market. So here are some strategies. Firstly, know your product well to ensure that it fits the demands of the market. Nowadays, it is important to analyze the market and demand of the consumer. Finding a perfect time and condition to introduce your brand and services can gain a good head start for your business. This is where the marketing consultancy agency comes in place. Like it or not, we have to invest in getting the consultants so that they can perform the comprehensive analysis regarding the market trends, such as who is most likely to shop online, men or women, who is more likely to buy clothes online, men or women. So these trend analyses are vital so that we can find the right customer. Furthermore, we must channel our product widely into the right third-party platform. For example, use multiple third-party platforms such as the Urban Fox, SP e-commerce, and also e-commerce Malaysia website to promote our services or product. This is because the algorithm of the online market is really dense, and in order to make our product appear in the mainstream line, a cross platform is needed. In addition, while learning to adapt into the new platform, the entrepreneur must not also forget the satisfaction of the customer relationship. An ideal ecosystem for online business is to adopt a mixture of methods in dealing with customers. With the rapid growth of the online entrepreneur, the traditional way of ensuring customer satisfaction is currently in need. Customer loyalty will come after that if we constantly engage with our customer. So this will ultimately make our product stay relevant and be at the top of the preference list. So this basic knowledge of engaging with the customer must be fully occupied by the SME in the triumph of online business. Lastly, when embarking on the online platform, we must plan a long and sustainable strategy to ensure that we can survive in this rapidly changing competitive market. Short-term planning that is 2 to 3 year horizon are not suitable to be used in the online platform. The seller must be able to predict and foresee the future trend so that they can plan when is the right time to release their product and also when is the right time to make sale. The long-term planning will ensure the sustainable business and operation, and at the same time, making sure that the goal and objectives are achievable. So the market is moving fast, and that is why the right strategy are needed. So I think there are some of the strategies that I can share with the audience. So thank you, Ms. Azra.
Okay, thank you for the informative and interesting secrets. Now we don't have any reason to escape doing businesses online anymore. Thank you, panelists, for sharing some of this and that with us today. So let's move on to our Q&A session. Firstly, we have a question for Dr. Sim. You are considered as an expert in business, otherwise you won't be a lecturer in that field. So what are some advice that you would like to deliver to the people who are going to be entrepreneurs during this era? Do you recommend? Please.
Right, so thank you, Ms. Ezra. So if you want to be an entrepreneur during this era, yes, I totally recommend you to do it. Just do it. So here's my advice. Try your best to provide the most satisfying service to your customers. Because as we know, the image of the online business always accompanied with the online customer service. With great customer service given to your customers, always comes with the great reputations of your business. Yes, the reputation of your business is the most important element that depends whether your business can continue or not, or whether being replaced by other competitors. So it is the issues that most of the entrepreneurs or SMEs should consider while doing your business. As a wise entrepreneur or businessman, you should not ignore or avoid the most important element, which is the online customer service. It is because online service, customer service is the game changer. So here's the tips that I would like to give you if you want to be entrepreneurs or you want to present the best online customer service. For example, first one, as an wise entrepreneur, it's crucial for you to locate your email address or phone numbers in your website page or your social media in order to receive opinions and questions from your customers. Besides, it is also vital for every entrepreneur or SMEs to reply the message or call from your customer as well. Immediately, yes, immediately. It is because if you take a long time to reply it, do apologize for them. Firstly, to show your gratitude to your customers. The aim is to make a great customer relationship, and to satisfy every customer you have reached. So at last, whether you are rookies or the starters or the expert in the online business, first thing first, do perfect your online customer service is a crucial as the most important part to continue your business or start your business in the future. So that's all for my opinions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sim. Miss Sophia, do you agree with Dr. Sim?
Yes, totally agree.
Yeah, thank you. So, Miss Sophia, as a cafe owner, because you agree, from your POV, do you think that small and medium-sized enterprise owners like yourself can really survive the competition in the marketplace nowadays? Please.
Alright, thank you, Miss Azra. In my opinion, the competition is always there. Many businesses operate in a tight economy and competitive market all the time. Online platforms have truly opened new sales and sourcing channels for SMEs and facilitated their access to multiple types of digital networks, which might be the key to survival and venture expansion. SMEs should take advantage of what their competitors are not focusing on. And by doing this, they are expanding into markets and adopting new approaches that larger enterprises have not explored yet. And next, SMEs should make use of social media for marketing as it is a powerful way for business to reach prospects and customers. Their customers are already interacting with brands through social media, and if SMEs are using them properly by promoting and using paid advertising through social platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, they can totally survive. Great marketing on social media can bring remarkable success to SME, creating devoted brand advocates and even driving leads and sales. That's all. Thank you. I'll pass it back to Miss Azra.
Thank you so much, Miss Sophia. I love your answer. That's the spirit. So, Madam Ainul, someone has asked you a question. With all due respect, what are the incentives or aids by the government for these entrepreneurs? Please.
So, since the Movement Control Order, MCO, the government has proactively introduced several initiatives. For example, Prihatin, Penjana, Permai, Pemerkasa, and the newest program is Program Strategik Memperkasa Rakyat dan Ekonomi Tambahan Pemerkasa Plus, which all of this aims to reduce the impact of COVID-19 and redevelop the country's economic growth. So they also giving focus to the affected SMEs by offering financial assistance and various other forms of assistance. So among the measures that have been introduced, including fund to support SME business, empowering the people, tax exemption, training and skill enhancement program, and NTIS, National Technology and Innovation Sandbox. So these are some initiatives from the government to help business owners to run and maintain the business. They are found very helpful, especially for small businesses.
Thank you, Madam Ainul. But Mr. Syahmi, are you aware with the aids that Madam Ainul mentioned just now?
Yes, I'm totally aware of it.
Okay, thank you. And finally, a question for Mr. Syahmi. This is personally from me. Are Malaysians really ready, or are we just following the trend of the Western countries in terms of making e-commerce a norm? What do you think?
All right. I would like to stress that the question of ready or not is not important anymore because online business is the way forward. Like being said earlier, the idea of digitizing the economy is not only equipping the right training and knowledge to the newcomers, but also telling them about the big data approaches. Tapping into the people wants and demands on a daily basis, we've crafted a clear plan on how to stay relevant in the online business. So the future of business is to not only rely on the traditional or conventional way, but also we can say that promoting our products is basically more than that. And that is why a bold and unique approach or strategies are needed in introducing our product in the digital ecosystem. So, no, my answer, Malaysia is not following the trend of the Western country in adapting the online business, but the condition of surrounding of the economy nowadays are putting Malaysia in this direction. Like it or not, online business is the way forward. So the world will now compete with each other to prove who is better in the online business. I think that's answer the question.
Yes, you always know what to say. Wonderful. Finally, it may be concluded that Malaysia is ready to fully convert every service and business to online. Action is the foundational key to all success. Starting small does not mean that we will fail, so step up and chase your dreams. If your business is not on the internet, your business will be out of business. That is what the Microsoft founder Bill Gates has said. Thank you, panelists, for the insights that you have shared with us today, and to the audience for sticking with us till the end. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, we have come to the end of our forum. Hopefully, the discussion will be beneficial for everybody. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.